That's your inflation problem.
Stephanie says that's what the government should think about. Not whether they have enough money, but whether there are enough resources in the economy to soak up that money.
That is basically her answer to Amy. The government can create money and spend it up to that internal speed limit.
If you start to get inflation, that's a sign you might be spending too much. Maybe you could raise taxes to pull some of that money back in.
But if you don't see inflation, just go for it.
Now, clearly, not everyone sees it this way.
Their theory, I believe, has holes in it.
This is Tom Pally. He's an economist. He's done work for labor unions. And he's on the left of the economics profession, like MMT. But he's been a longtime critic.
Trouble in the family.
To Tom Pally, modern monetary theory is useful because it points out some flaws in mainstream economics. Like, he thinks that mainstream economics is too obsessed with balanced budgets.
But he has some doubts about MMT. A big one is the whole taxes thing, the idea of using taxes to fight inflation.
Politics doesn't work like that. Taxes are very, very contested. No one wants their taxes raised. It's very hard for politicians to raise taxes. They're very slow to do it because, guess what? They don't get reelected if they do.
He says it's just not realistic for the government to react fast enough to respond to inflation.
We put that to Stephanie Kelton.
If your concern is that it would be difficult to fight inflation by raising taxes, that is obviously a legitimate concern. That it is difficult to get Congress to act quickly to do the right thing. And so one of the things that MMT economists have advocated for a very long time is finding a way to take the fingerprints of Congress off of the decision making. In other words, to make it happen automatically.
She says something like this kind of happens already. Like, when the economy is booming, you don't have to spend as much on unemployment insurance. People have jobs, so spending goes down automatically.
She says do more of that.
More types of taxing and spending that kick in automatically if inflation starts to tick up.
And also, she says, and she's not alone in saying this, nobody has a good model of inflation right now.
That's going to work. So I reject the idea that MMT is about using taxes to fight inflation. That's a mischaracterization of pretty much everything we've written, but people say it all the time.